as much as black people want to discredit ORANIA, they want to speak bad about Afrikaner people who are living in ORANIA. I don't see anything bad with that. But I believe Penuel the Black Pen when he says, as black people, we can learn something from the case study of ORANIA. And I'm not speaking about Afrikaner people being Afrikaner people. I'm speaking about Afrikaner people building a community, and a community being stable and stabilizing. I don't think ORANIA being an independent state within South Africa is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think ORANIA being exclusively just for Afrikaner people is a good idea. Because what if fellow black people want to visit there and just see what's happening? Because there's other black people who are like clever blacks who would want to go there. Like we know the type of people who would want to go there. So are also those black people excluded there? What if they want to come there and visit and do research about what's happening there and write their own stories based on what's happening in ORANIA? So I don't see a problem with ORANIA opening its gate for black people to come there and want to see and view the place. Because there's other black people, as much as other black people might hate ORANIA and they might hate Afrikaner people, there's other black people who are curious. They want to know, actually, what's happening there? What's happening? What can we learn from them? You know? So I think it's a good idea if ORANIA could open its gate and allow black people to come there, maybe for tourism or just for Afrikaner people to teach black people something, you know. So I don't see any problem when it comes to that. But I agree with Penuel the Black Pen when he says ORANIA can be a great case study for black people to learn how to build a community, how to build their own environment where they are living in a common place. They are it's sort of like a tribe type of view. It's sort of like a cult where they can depend on each other. They can just circulate the money within each other in that community, that society. It's a great case study. It's a great case study, and I don't see anything wrong with looking at ORANIA as a great learning case study as a black person. I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, yeah, there's plenty of things surrounding ORANIA that I don't agree with, but what Penuel has proposed, that black people, Julius Malema and other leaders can also try to implement the case study of ORANIA in normal black neighborhoods, in normal black communities, where the money circulates among those black people in that community, where those black people in that community hire each other and hire services or render services within that community, so that community can grow. You know, I don't see any problem with that. But I want to play a clip of Penuel the Black Pen explaining how black people can draw inspiration and draw knowledge from ORANIA. Thank you very much.
I have the ability to unemotionally be able to take the good from someone, even if they called bad people. So I can appreciate what the Afrikaans people did in building a strong economy and infrastructure. So
I think most of us can, though.
Okay. So the reason I admire, it's important that I use this term admire. I admire AfriForum and ORANIA. And for me, I wish in particular black people could actually remove their emotions and study these people. These were people that were disgruntled for whatever reason. And they said, we're fucked, we're not in the majority, there's a fucking black government, it doesn't matter. How can we solve this problem?
But
and they went
easy to remove emotions.
I'm
saying it's not that easy.
It's not easy at all.
When you say to
it's
black
not
people
easy at all.
Especially when you're on the receiving end of history and the brutality of it.
Yeah.
Afrikaners not. Blacks,
Yeah. So it's really not easy. But it's a process that needs to happen, like the money process. Because if we don't fix it, we will always be victims. If you're like, but my mom was beaten up when I was 5, and that's your whole story. You're fucking 45, you've got your own family up, but, mama, I'm shy. I'm like, hey, dog, fucking catch a wake up. For how long are you going to be a victim?